Hi, Dav here, and today we have a new episode in the art review series, and today we'll be checking out the work of @pp3s underscore. So I found this artist via X or Twitter, and they do have this. It feels naturally drawn, but the way it's rendered or painted feels quite clean. For example, for this page, well, not just for this page, but it's sort of a consistent thing in their style. Their line art kind of, it varies in thickness. Like within one line, like one line will have not just one thickness. Basically, you have different variations just within one line. So it kind of goes back. It almost like it pops in, pops out. It kind of gives that natural effect. Because there's a certain approach to line art where maybe the outer lines are a lot thicker, and then as you go further into your subject, the lines get a lot thinner. So there's that sort of methodology for changing your line weight. But for this kind of approach, for example, if you look at this ear, look at how it goes thin to thick to thin again. But that sort of change in line weight or thickness, it's pretty much consistent. Like the thing that's consistent is the fact that each line has that sort of wavy variety in their thickness. So I think that helps give it that naturally drawn vibe. Like it feels like they're trying to include the shakiness of your hand in some way. When it comes to the actual rendering, I mean, there's some texture in there. I'm guessing in this case, it's primarily for the fuzzy texture for this bunny thing. So they're using some specific textured brushes for that, but everything else, it's kind of hard to see the brush strokes. Like it ends up becoming smooth. It kind of reminds me of some of the work of, I mentioned this artist before, Duck Kong. They do have a YouTube channel, and when they paint, when you zoom out, it's hard to see their brush strokes. Another artist I would recommend maybe is Blazbu, I think, Blazbu. Hopefully I'm right. And they kind of have this style a little bit. I'm not sure if it's because of the proportions. Oh, by the way, this is from the anime, I think, from Summertime Rendering something. It's a pretty cool anime, and I did enjoy the whole thing, but also the ending. My favorite character would have to be the girl with the hammer. With the glasses. Anyway. Hot. But look at how for this whole shape in shadow, it's basically one value, right? With a bit of a gradient. Like as you go further into this side, it becomes like a lighter blue. However, when it comes to the actual hues, it's all blue. All within that sort of space. So you don't see a lot of like rainbow-esque kind of colors. It's really more about values, and they have this thing where I think they like to emphasize, for example, in this case, if you look at the areas in light or being hit by light in terms of like this black shirt or dark shirt, it's like 10-20% of the full shape, like all of these like white shapes. I've seen other pieces where it's sort of the reverse, where it's the dark shadows. The point is, huge areas will be, well, in this case it's a bit different because they're including, you have like a highlight here, right? But on this side you have light coming from a different, I'm guessing it's under lighting. Do you say that? Is it the proper term? Where it's from the environment or from the ground being reflected onto the bottom part of the subject. Same thing here. You have this light coming from above the sky, and then you have this underlighting coming from like the light that's going into the ground, onto the ground, and then back up again. So in this case, it's more obvious that it has like three major values: the mid value, the sort of lighter value, and this underlighting value. The point is, those shapes are so clear in their work. I think this is from the Jujutsu Kaisen. I believe this is Rika and her maid. We do get to see, I think in the recent episode of season 3, I think it's season 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen, Just like a callback to, because there's like blood on the freaking floor, right? Apparently it's not Rika's blood. I mean, yeah, she was shot in the past season, but in that scene, in this recent season that's out, I think it's from the maid. Apparently, I saw it in like a comment. So regardless, it's one of their blood. Anyway, again with the line art, it's very thin. Like when you zoom out, it's still there, but it's so thin. It's kind of crunchy. You do see some gaps in between, so you can tell there's a bit of like texture in there. But they don't include any sort of hatching. It's mainly on the contours, basically the outer like lines, but that's it. And they don't do this thing where the outer lines for the whole full silhouette of the character is like super thick or obviously thick. I think it's kind of thin. It leans more on the thinner side. Oh, you even have some line art for that line edge for these like reefs. I think they're underwater. Because there was a scene in the previous season where I think Rika was she underwater? I'm not sure. Reminds me a little bit of Lion Decker, like the lighting. Like for this shirt. This one, I mean, look at the clouds. First of all, is that painted? I think it is. Oh, wow. Do you see how the colors are not like super crazy? They have it leans more on the lighter side. Like their work tends to be a little more heavenly, I would say. I think it's from that anime where they're all like twins. Is that a proper term? They're all like sisters, quadruplets. Wait, I have duplets. Nice sweet. And they're all into this like one tutor guy. I forgot. I did not finish the show, but I think I prefer this character, the one with the headphones. Because, you know, she's a little more introverted. And maybe this chick. She has that tomboy kind of vibe, which I do like. Same thing for the line art. Look at that. It gets thick here in some of those corners. I think it has a nice aesthetic to it. Like, it's not too demanding, right? And it allows the rendering beneath it to sort of do the work primarily. And look at how simplified the shapes are. Right? It's not too complex. Oh, by the way, this artist, I do recommend you check out their X or Twitter page because I did download a huge chunk of their artwork, but some are just a little too risky. From which I would do it in the past, but because I got like a warning, maybe for those of you who have noticed, one video got taken down. It wasn't even that crazy, but I think someone reported it, so really annoying. I tried appealing it, but so when it comes to if the work is a little too out there, I'm gonna have to skip that. But again, I do recommend their X or Twitter page. Focus more on the grayscale paintings or it's basically this, but in grayscale. A lot of the cultured stuff is in grayscale, so yeah. Not sure who this is. She looks like a succubus, I think. Some kind. I like the wings. Yeah, the very minimal line art. I mean, when you zoom out, it's almost hard to see. And then the rendering is so like... I've seen other artists to do this style where the line art is so clean. Like if you don't add any values or flats underneath, it's just gonna... It's a good, but it looks empty. But when they do add the painting, this sort of approach, it just livens up. Right now I can think of one artist. I think they're Japanese, but I forgot their name. Which annoys me. Oh, I think for these pieces, they have like two versions. So this one, it feels more like a concert actually. But I think it's a lot clearer when you have like the white background. Very thin line art. It's kind of sharp looking, like it's not too curvaceous. These like inconsistent thicknesses, I think it's a nice touch. It really makes it look hand-drawn. And you combine it with this like really fine way of rendering. It kind of reminds me a little bit of watercolor because of the noise texture as well, number one, but the gradients, meaning it shifts from one value to another, and it does it in a very like soft, smooth way. You often see that effect when you're adding washes when you're using watercolor, so I do like that. Yeah, the color's crazy? I don't think so. It's pretty basic, but it's the values, like the way it just flows gently. Interesting, there's some bluish-esque spots here. Interesting. Or maybe they're just livening up or saturating the knees a little more. So that's why in some parts it looks a little more bluish or grayish. The white background version and the... Look at that. Yeah, I do prefer this more. Just because it feels a little more clear. We have rerun. Now this is a little more painterly. Is the line art still there? I think it is, but it's again very minimal, and it has a bit of color to it. Sort of match the skin maybe. Oh, look at those eyes. It's not a very high quality photo, but you can get the gist. I like how when artists do this, especially in the anime manga-esque spaces, where they'll combine like the eye and the eyebrow, and it's all like there's a line for the whole thing, kind of like this, to encompass the eyelash, the eye, and bits of this like hair in the lower part of the eye. I forgot. It looks really cool. Rerun. I like the ear. I think it's one of the 5 duplets. There's a proper. Oh, this one's my favorite. You can't really see her headphones, but I think it's one of the girls from that anime. I think it's Rika, or not Rika, Riku Miku, not sure. Look at those eyes, so pretty. If you look at the way it's colored, very watercolor-esque. Like it's like a light wash. It's not so heavy in value. Very pastel-esque. Nice feed. Yeah, to me, I was gonna skip this just because. Okay, wait. I'll skip that because I think it was a little. Oh, it's from the summertime rendering. Yeah, there's sort of love interests in that show. I really like it. It reminds me of the meme. Who's that guy? The Japanese like Kojima guy? He retweeted a drawing, a fan art of this character with her feet. Because Kojima is known for his feet focus. Clearly a person of a culture. So it's pretty funny. Because there are some shots in that anime where she does show off her feet a little bit. Can I? Right? Look at the lighting. It's so, again, heavenly. Like, it's magical. It's pretty. Oh, my favorite character. I think it's Riku. Tell me if I'm wrong. The name. Right? Are the colors that crazy? I mean, 2 values basically. 1 light, 1 shadow. Some nuance here and there to add a bit of volume, some extra values to add some form, but that's it. Oh, it's a girl from... Oh no, not my dress up darling. Darling in the Franxx. No. She's the model, and her partner is this. He's a lot shorter. He kind of has bangs that covers his other eye. Oh my god. And she's like super tall for her age. Model, kind of thick. Her dad is like way taller. Looks like Benimaru from Fire Force. Anyway. I do like the blossoms. It's very Japanese-esque. The pink flowers, the bubbles. A very convenient way to store the bubble soap thing. Baka. I forgot the name. It's one of my favorite animes. There are 2 seasons out. I do recommend it. The first episode will kind of throw you off, Like you would think it's a certain kind of anime, but you will eventually find out that it's a romance anime. Very cute. From Freerun, I forgot her name. The heavy chested girl. Look at that. Look at how desaturated it becomes a little more gray. You know, I've seen artists do tutorials on this. When it comes to color, not everything has to be like, you can make other parts a little more gray. Look at this part on the top of the head. If you just add a bit more gray, or a desaturated version, or a more desaturated version of this color, basically a grayer yellow, but on the lighter side, it can make it look, instead of using a different hue, you can use simply a different or a desaturated version of the very same color, and it can give you that sense of variety. Same thing here, some gray, or it appears to be more gray because it's desaturated. Not sure where she's from. Oh, it's from that 5-tuplet. That's a proper term again. Not sure what the name is. Interesting, for the hair, it has like a sharper, it's very pointy in some parts. Like it's very angular to an extent. Well, not just the hair, but the body and everything. You know what reminds me a little bit of HXXG? Their style a bit. This one, not sure where she's from, but the uniform, great. Is that how a skirt is supposed to be? Maybe. Bunny ears, a good plus. Like the eyes, the way it's drawn reminds me of an anime. I haven't watched the full season, maybe an episode or two. It's basically a vampire girl who's used as a test subject to go into space. Like the way, the style of that show, it's kind of sharp in this way, and the eyes kind of remind me of that show. The other, oh, look at this. Oh, she's working out, maybe, perhaps on the beach. Yeah, this is one of those gray illustrations from their work that I'm willing to show, because the other ones are just, it's so good. But again, I already have a warning, so it's kind of sad. By the way, whoever reported it, F you so much. I mean, I know it's like AI plus manual review, but for me, I've had so much reviews out there that aren't even, that I could, relatively speaking, are way worse. But I think maybe it was the artist that I reviewed. I think some people did not like the artist that I reviewed, and it led to some reports. Which is so frustrating because, like, why do you have to rain on my parade, right? And it's not just my parade. Like, everyone likes watching. Well, my audience anyway. These videos. So and now that I have to restrict myself a little more, it's so like draining to my soul. Yeah, the brush work. Do you see any weird, not weird, but extra brush? Like they don't, for artists like this, they don't emphasize brush variety. It's pretty simple, the overall technique, but doing it is obviously the harder part. Even for something that's pretty rendered like this, they still want those bits of lines in the edges, right? Oh my, look at this guy's abs. Crazy. Yeah, this one's a little okay. Not too crazy. Wait, is this the girl from Freerun? The one with the long gray hair? Not sure. Or perhaps... Wait, is she from that romance anime where all of the girls are suffering from... like they're all heartbroken? I forgot the name. Jesus. I think there's another version of this character in their media, but everything was just out. It wasn't like full out, but it's it was too risky. And if this is good, because this is already good, right? Seeing that, it just something comes out of you when you look at those types of artworks. Oh, I think this is a pattern and they simply warped it to save time. I mean, I respect artists, sure, who do it manually, but it takes too long. I think this is a faster way of doing things. Now, why is it ripped in this part? I will leave that thinking to you. Oh, she bit an apple. She's kind of licking the apple juice flowing from the apple. I like it. I mean, look at those folds too. Very cool. Interesting foreshortening of the fingers. Foreshortening is always like a challenging thing. This one, I think it's a little too risky, so I'll skip it. This one, I think it's the only guy I found. Every other grayscale piece in their media page or media tab in their X or Twitter, it's all just women. So it's funny to see like the safest guy or piece is a guy. So imagine this, but girls, check out their page. I would love to talk about it, but you know, people are. I mean, look at the abs just feel real, and again, there's something heavenly about it. And for some parts, they really like making it white, so it gives off that high exposure effect. Right? And again, they're not afraid to use more grayish, or they're not afraid to make it appear more gray. Right? I mean, their hair is also gray, but is it gray or just white? Look at that. My god. Goals, body tea. Yeah, one day. For 2026, I think this should be my aim. Yeah, I gotta have this physique. Right? Not too bulky, not too like buff, but just, you know, like an anime character. I want to have an anime character. I mean, look at this, guys. Right, the rendering. Look at that hair with the eyes, the nose, the mouth. Very simple. Like if you just took away the colors, the flats, and everything, then just leave the line art in, it would still be cool. But it's clean. Like it's a solid drawing. You bring in that rendering, the lighting, changes everything. Even the way the hair is colored at the top. Get that, and look at how everything is in shadow pretty much, and then you have this area in light. Like they knew how to make those proportions. If you focus on the areas being hit by light, it's like again 10-20%, everything else in shadow. Some underlighting here and there from the ground, the environment, but to add a bit of nuance. But from afar, the contrast is so clear. Look at this. Light. All here. Cool. Not sure where she's from. It looks like a water bender or a water magic person. Oh wait, you know, it's pretty clean. So it's not too risky. Is that a cut in her tongue? Like a snake thing? Interesting. A goth nurse. Wow. Meow. We have a cute sort of adventurer person. Reminds me of an anime where, well, I think they have some pieces here of, it's like a bunch of girls into rocks. I think we have some actual fan art of the show. I'm not sure if this is from that show, but who knows? Oh wow. It's like a, what do you call it? A shinobi. Am I saying it right? It's like a ninja. We got the, what do you call this? One of you mentioned it. Oh my, not, is it kunai? Or I think that's different. This one, it's like a, I think this is a kunai, right? And then these ones, a shuriken? I'm not, I'm just saying random Japanese words now. Look at that. Like she blends into this tree or trunk. Cool. Oopsie. Oh, look at that arc. Look at that waist too. Body tee. We have like a zombie girl. Or a demon girl. Is that an eye? Look at again, look at the proportion between, in this case, the shadows take up like 20, maybe 30%. Basically the majority is in light, I think. Or it leans more on the light side. Obviously the light source coming from this like lamp, I think. Your average girl in school with magical. I really like the way people do clouds in anime. Like it, or not just clouds, but the sky. It's so magical. Like I want to just. I mean, it exists in real life, but you know, you have to be in certain environments to be able to see it. I think this is the guy from 86. I believe. Oh, by the way, I think it's in the making. The second season, or yeah. Really excited. You know, I want him to kiss in the end, or maybe in the first episode of the show, just you know, to give me some hope. Oh yeah, this is from the anime where they're into just rocks. And that's kind of the cool thing about anime is you can pretty much watch like you if you have an interest. There's usually like a show on your interest. That's how diverse that whole space is. God damn, kind of thick, right? Come on. You know what? If it took away the sort of variety in the line art or the line weight, it wouldn't look as. I think it's a good touch to have this line art style where you have some thicknesses here and there. It's so pleasing to the eye. Oh, it's one of those twins people. Not sure who this is or where this is from. Oh, nice. Look at them toes. Look, do you see how the second toe is longer than the big toe? This is like the perfect feet. I'm not saying it again because my feet are the same way. But if you look at any Greek statue, this is the reason why they call it Greek toe. If you look at Greek statues, the second toe is longer for a reason, because it's aesthetic. So don't believe the propaganda. If you have normal feet, that's fine. Normal meaning your big toe is longer than the second toe. But if it's kind of like this, it is expected that you're not normal, only because you're aesthetic. So remember that. Know your worth. Know your girth. Okay. Anyway. Okay, it's so risky. Look at that. Even if the background is like kept simple, just the plain yellow. Some bats. Look at those eyes, so pretty. Are the colors insane? Again, it's so within. It's basically you see most of the color in the skin and in the background, but it works. Wait, I do think they're adding a gradient map in the end to sort of make it more consistent, because you can see a bit of like yellows in the in-between values. You often see that when you're using like some kind of filter or adjustment layer via color filter, color balance, a gradient map usually as well. Very nice, very convenient. Can you imagine being so big that you can like hold something on top? Brutal. I think it's the same girl, kind of looks like her. Oh, it's like a Christmas celebration in their office. Isn't art fun when you look at stuff like this? Oh, we're back. Okay. So that's it for this art review of Yayami Hachi. I'm not sure if that's a proper translation. Or at pp3s_. I will link their page again in the description below. And yeah. So she's the girl in the suit. imagine seeing like mascots like this, but you have no idea on the inside. It's like a baddie. Okay, I'm gonna end the episode here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.